I'm Philip Michael. I'm the founder of Nice Companies. Come join me in my mission to wipe out the racial and gender wealth gaps by owning buildings just like this one.
The biggest people of influence and power and wealth were people in the real estate industry. If you just look at the Forbes list of billionaires, how many have made just their fortunes just from real estate? So I basically made it a goal for myself to get into that game.
New data showing that economic growth is not helping the inequality gap.
Grown. The top 1% have doubled their wealth over the past decade by more than $17 trillion.
The wealth gap is really, millennial wealth gap is basically a description of some terrible economic conditions that millennials and Gen Z have inherited in today's society. Number one, there's student loan debt. Where I'm from, education is free. Over here, there's $1.56 trillion in student loan debt, which is really crippling millennials financially. The average millennial is worth $8,000. They have a net worth of $8,000 on average, of all colors. Then underneath that, you have a racial and a gender wealth gap, where women have 60 to 70% of the net worth that men do, and minorities and white families, there's a wealth gap between the two of them that would take 228 years to close. So it's just a bunch of poor economic conditions all around. And the number one driver behind this wealth gap is the absence of home ownership and real estate investing. So that's what we want to do something about. And that's the reason for this mission that we're on right now. Well, a solution, according to Duke University, a study from 2018, just adding real estate or home ownership to just doing that will reduce this wealth gap by 31%. That's number one. Right now, you have millennials, they have more of their net worth in cars than in real estate. And cars meaning that it's a depreciating asset, quote unquote, is really a liability because it doesn't make money for you and it will keep dropping. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it drops in price. So with most millennials have most of their net worth tied into that. So we want to sort of bring awareness around the fact that real estate, or even just investing period, whether it's downloading Robinhood or if it's Acorns, just to start getting in the mindset of investing and letting your money work for you and thinking into the future. Once we get 100,000 millennials on board to invest, they now can influence their circles, their friends, their children, their brothers and sisters, cousins, what have you. And that's how you sort of spread the positive virus of wealth generation, wealth building, and financial freedom. And that to me is the real way you do stuff. And click wherever, join me. You can hit me on Instagram. I'm always responsive. Hope to see you guys, and please join me in this mission. Thank you.
Welcome to the 1810 Innovation Entrepreneurship Institute of Temple University. We're really excited to have moved over here into 1810. We have a whole range of classes that are available to actually all Temple students, including of course all Fox students, as well as alumni. So over here behind me, for example, we have a classroom. We host a number of classes on creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, etc. We run a lot of co-curricular events and activities that are designed to engage, build awareness, and connect students to entrepreneurial opportunities in the community.
In the mentoring space, students can come in, make appointments to meet with business people from the community to get feedback on ideas that they're working on. And in the accelerator space, you can become a member, join up with other student entrepreneurs, share resources, attend workshops, get feedback. In the fall, we have the idea competition to start generating ideas, recognizing opportunities, and testing them out. And in the spring, we have the Be Your Own Boss Bowl to take those ideas and turn them into a real venture.
Winning the Be Your Own Boss Bowl gave me a lot of recognition in Philadelphia. It helped introduce me to people that would become investors or would become employees.
IEI has definitely helped me in terms of perfecting my pitch. This organization really wants you to succeed.
The program has a really unique focus on understanding strategy, understanding the potential of multi-bottom line, social impact ventures, and things like that. And all these skills are immensely valuable for entrepreneurs to understand, and again, it can avoid a lot of mistakes along the way and help them maximize the chance of success with their ventures.
Welcome everyone to the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl. My name is Greg Fegley and I'm the Director of Accelerator Programs here at the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Institute at Temple University. Along with Lindsay Clark, our Associate Director of Events and Operations, who will be managing everything behind the scenes, we will be bringing you today's Be Your Own Boss Bowl Finals Awards event. We are so excited to showcase the incredible work of these 8 Temple-made entrepreneurs. We're so grateful to all of you that have joined us virtually to share the entrepreneurial spirit that is alive and well at Temple University. Over the past 2 years, we have seen some massive changes in our economy. These changes provide some extraordinary opportunities for true innovators and problem solvers. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce noted that more startups have launched over the last year than in 2020. In fact, there were 1 million more new business applications in 2021 than in 2020. The Innovation and Entrepreneurship Institute is proud to continue promoting small businesses through our programs, our competitions, and our alumni success stories. And this year, we welcome back more than 20 Temple-made entrepreneurs to share their stories with our students, alumni, and budding entrepreneurs, many discussing the challenges and successes of their starting their businesses. And today, we're incredibly proud to welcome 8 entrepreneurs to be on the Be Your Own Boss Bowl stage to introduce their startups and new ventures to our viewers. We truly believe that the companies you'll be hearing from today will be some of the next Temple ventures making news in the near future. We're so grateful to the number of companies and organizations who have donated not only funding, but in-kind service prizes that will be awarded to this year's finalists during the Summer Startup Studio Accelerator program. In the Startup Studio Accelerator, participants take a deeper dive into their business plans, challenge their assumptions, and push their ventures towards launching. First, we'd like to recognize our diamond sponsors, providing in-kind or financial contributions at the highest level. They are Temple One Tech Mansion and NYCE, Amazon Web Services, Fresh Labs, and Mid-Atlantic Diamond Ventures and their advisory board. Next, we'd like to recognize our Broad Street sponsors, whose in-kind contributions provide much needed services and support to our finalist teams. And they include Ballard Spar, KPMG, Morgan Lewis, and OpenForge. We'd also like to recognize our angel investor sponsors who have kindly donated in-kind service sponsorships as well. And they include Provisor Law and Fox Rothschild Attorneys at Law. This year, our sponsors at the crowdfunding level are RSM, We Are No Code, McCarter and English, Troutman Pepper, NextFab, and 215 Marketing. And finally, we thank our pre-seed fund sponsor, Momentum Digital. Without generous support of our sponsors, we would not be able to run these competitions and provide valuable assistance to our teams during our Startup Studio program. Now we'd like to take a moment to introduce to you Philip Michael, the co-founder and CEO of NYCE and the Temple One Tech Mansion team, who will be awarding the cash prizes to both of the first place track winners for this year's competition. The Tech Mansion is a smart, tech-powered luxury living complex for Temple's next generation of executives, entrepreneurs, creators, and influencers. And here's Philip to tell you more.
Philip Michael here, founder of NICE. If you haven't heard of us, and if you have, you know that one of our most important things that drive what we do is reducing the wealth gap racially between the genders and trying to bring wealth to as many people as possible. And that's why we built the type of properties that we do so people can own a piece of them. As an extension of that, we've built something right by Temple University called the Tech Mansion. It's part of a larger complex that's meant for people like you guys, the dreamers, the hustlers, the doers, people that think big, to give them a space where they can be who they truly want to be around like-minded people, and then also get access to funding. We have the Adidas family bringing VC money to invest in our best founders, residents. We have access for people to go out there and crowd raise. We own 3 records for that, so we know what we're doing. And that's really what we want to pass down to you guys. So anybody that wants to be a part of the Tech Mansion, wants to go out there and build the next startup, wants to do something that creates jobs for the community, there's a place for you at the Tech Mansion. Peace out.
Thank you, Philip. We'd also like to take this time to recognize one of our Temple University partner organizations who is presenting an inaugural award in the competition this year. We'd like to thank the Center for Ethics, Diversity, and Workplace Culture, which educates current and future business leaders so that they can build more diverse workforces and create productive, innovative, and inclusive workplace cultures. Sedgwick will be presenting the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award later in this program. So we'd also like to acknowledge everyone who submitted to the competition this year. Those who joined us during the Be Your Own Boss Bowl workshop series, the amazing alumni who we welcomed back to share their stories, and all the friends and family joining us today to support our 8 finalist teams. We hope that some of you watching today will be inspired to start your own entrepreneurial journey, or possibly join us as a reviewer or mentor to help our budding entrepreneurs. We encourage everyone in the Temple community to connect with the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Institute to find out what we can help you do to achieve your goals. Now, there are many other people we need to recognize for their continued commitment to the entrepreneurial community at Temple, including numerous alumni who joined us to mentor teams, review competition submissions, and join us as judges for this year's Be Your Own Boss Bowl. First, I'd like to recognize our guest speakers and mentors who volunteered their time to meet with teams, coach them through issues, provide advice on planning, and review endless amounts of pitch decks. We'd also like to acknowledge our reviewers who provided important critiques and feedback, and the initial scoring that helped us determine the 8 finalists we are presenting to you today. And before the final videos you'll see today were submitted, our finalists met with some of the most dedicated mentors and advisors for 1-hour extensive coaching sessions to help them prepare for this big moment. On behalf of the finalist teams and the IEI, thank you to our 7 pitch coaches. And lastly, but certainly not least, a huge thank you goes out to our impressive panel of judges who reviewed the finalists' presentations, participated in an intensive Q&A session with each of the teams, and have selected our winners for the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl. Special thank you to Marilyn Anthony, freelance writer and award-winning business case author, Nick Delmonico, CEO and founder of Stratus Labs, a 2017 graduate of the Fox MBA program, and also the grand prize winner of the 19th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl. Eric Hickland, founder and partner of Wow Me Ventures, and a 2014 graduate from the College of Education. And Mark Mitchell, managing director and screening committee chair at the Delaware Crossing Investor Group. Our judges look for ventures with realistic and marketable ideas, a sound strategy for success, and revenue models that included plans for potential growth. You'll also be hearing some comments from our judges a little later in the program. This year, the 4 finalists competing in the undergraduate track and 4 will compete in the upper track. And the upper track is comprised of graduate students, alumni, faculty, and staff. We will be awarding 1st through 4th place awards for both tracks. And the crowd favorite award, based on your votes during the live event today, the inaugural Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award, and finally, we'll hear who the grand prize winner is. For those of you in the viewing audience, please make sure you have your cell phones handy to help choose the winners of the $1,000 Crowd Favorite Award. Remember to visit yorn.com/BYOBB 2022 during or at the end of the presentations and vote for your favorite. You can do this throughout the entire program. And if you're tweeting, don't forget to use our hashtag #BeYourOwnBossBowl. Now, I'm sure you're eager to hear who our finalists are and who the winners will be. So let's get started with the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl finalist pitches and awards. Beginning with the undergraduate track, it's my pleasure to introduce our finalists, Agrowatt, Chatbrace, Laminar Media Productions, and Liquid Limbs, with the presenters hailing from the College of Engineering and the Fox School of Business. These 4 companies are taking a look at problems that small businesses face, solving human health issues through their innovative products and changing the way that we look at energy efficient vehicles. We're looking forward to seeing what's next for all of you. Now we'll see their videos.
Hi, we're Agrowatt, and we make it easy to generate clean fuel credits. Today, utilities in California generate only 1% of the potential clean fuel credits they could be. And this is because they do not have access to metered electric vehicle data from vehicles in their service area. We source this data across multiple mobile applications that EV users use and will continue to use. And we provide a channel for these applications to sell this data to utilities. We are the only transaction platform in this space that's figured this out and provides a proven solution for utilities to generate clean fuel credits. Doing so will result in substantial growth within the biogas industry. You should care about the biogas industry. Not only is biogas electricity the cleanest form of electricity, but it reduces short-term methane emissions, which the IPC has claimed is essential to combating climate change. We're asking to be your vote as crowd favorite so that we can more easily drive the biogas industry forward. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I am working with a team of 4 bioengineering students to design and develop the chat brace. The chat brace is meant for patients who have dropped head syndrome. To give you a glimpse into the lives that these patients live, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and drop your chin to your chest. Now open them. Imagine if this was your view every day for the rest of your life, and imagine if when you tried to lift up your head, you couldn't. To make it even worse, the current product prescribed by doctors is disliked by 99% of patients. This is why we made the chat brace. Chat brace stands for Comfortable Head Assistive Temporomandibular Brace. Our product is unlike anything that is currently on the market because it gives patients the ability to talk and adjust the angle of their head. With these 2 functions, patients can interact with their friends and family and adjust their brace without the risk of injury. The chat brace enables patients to return to a more comfortable, normal life, and with the help of our community, we can make this dream a reality because this lifelong condition deserves a lifelong solution.
This is Laminar Media. What do? Same as you. We get out there, make connections, spread the word. We let people know who you are and what you do. Then, we get them through the door. And we make you look cool while we do it. Pretty cool, right? We have the tools to get your business where you want it to go, to let people know about it, and to figure out what's next. In an ever-changing world, the choice is clear. Just go with the flow.
Hi, my name is James Calcagni. I'm the founder and CEO of Liquid Limbs and a passionate advocate for people with limb loss. I'm very happy to be talking with you about my business this April because April is actually Limb Loss Awareness Month, which is a time to honor, educate, and raise awareness for a disability that affects millions of people across the planet and over 2 million people here in the United States. I'm excited that Liquid Limbs is providing solutions to this community and creating devices that are going to make people with amputations lives a little bit easier. I am so thankful to be a part of this competition, not only to raise awareness for my business and for people with limb loss, but because I see it as an opportunity to raise the necessary investment to launch this product and to achieve our bold mission to redefine mobility.
Okay. Now for the winners in the undergraduate track. In 4th place.
We're Agrawat, and we make.
In 4th place. Whoops. All right. In 4th place, the winner is Laminar Media Productions, presented by Michael Mangraviti, with team members Matthew Reel, Muyo Kovacevic, Regina Hennessy, and Dylan Wilson, representing the Fox School of Business, the Tyler School of Art and Architecture, and the Klein College of Media and Communications. Congratulations to you all, Laminar Media Productions. Okay, in 3rd place, The winner is Agrawat, presented by Noah Montier from the College of Engineering. Congratulations, Noah. In second place, our winner is Liquid Limbs, presented by James Calcagni, also from the College of Engineering. Congratulations, James. And of course, that means our first place winner in the undergraduate track for the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl.
Make it easy to generate clean fuel
Chat
credits.
race.
Today, utilities in California.
Congratulations to Rachel Buckwalter, Lucy Eppert, Rachel Govea, Cara O'Donohoe, and Elena Paoli. Congratulations to you all. Before we welcome the team from ChatBrace to the stage, let's watch their full 7-minute pitch presentation and hear comments from the judges.
Self or your parents. Imagine if you were living your life unable to hold your head up and unable to look anywhere else but down at your shoelaces. How would you feel if the only solution caused you pain? This was the life our patient John was living when he decided to reach out to us. The more we learned about his condition, the more we realized that there is an entire community of patients living with needs that are left unmet. We feel that these patients deserve a permanent solution that will allow them to live life unhindered by their condition. This is why my team and I made the CHAT brace. CHAT stands for Comfortable Head Assistive Temporomandibular Brace. My name is Rachel, and my team and I are bioengineering students at Temple University developing this brace for John as a part of our senior project. Our patient, John, has dropped head syndrome, or DHS, which is a condition that affects the muscles in the neck, resulting in the chin dropping to the chest. DHS is caused by a variety of conditions, but mainly occurs in neuromuscular disorders such as ALS, Parkinson's, and muscular dystrophy. After speaking with doctors at the Temple Hospital, UPenn's Comprehensive ALS Center, and patients with DHS, we learned that doctors prefer to prescribe the Headmaster Collar over other solutions for patients who have DHS and similar conditions. This is because the Headmaster Collar is affordable and has a simple design that is easy to use. It consists of a plastic loop that is secured to the head using a Velcro strap. Despite the Headmaster Collar being the commonly prescribed solution by doctors, there are many issues that patients face when using it. Some reviews of the Headmaster Collar include one user stating, "I have severe head drop, but the brace couldn't hold my head straight. It was very uncomfortable." And the patient we are currently working with said that it allows him to walk with his head up, but in one fixed position with significant discomfort. There is an estimated 112,000 people diagnosed with DHS in the US. However, this does not include the 500,000 people with neuromuscular diseases who may have symptoms similar to DHS that would also benefit from a neck brace. On top of this, 58% of patients replace their Headmaster Collar within the first 6 months of use and continue to replace their collar every 4 to 6 months. If patients wear the Headmaster Collar consistently for 20 years and they replace it every 4 to 6 months, they would spend $12,000 alone on replacing their collar. When patients report having so many issues with their brace, they miss out on new experiences and chances to enjoy time with their friends and family, leaving them feeling isolated and alone. In an attempt to address these issues, patients will adjust their collars at home without their doctor's discretion, which can lead to neck strain and even injury. The Headmaster Collar has such a high turnover rate, and as such, patients feel like they cannot rely on the brace or their doctor since this is the main solution that is offered to them. The research supports what patients are saying. 99% of Headmaster Collar users report issues with their brace. Think about how you would feel if your doctor recommended you or your loved one a product that 99% of other users disliked. This is why we made the CHAT brace. Our solution has two main functions, talking and adjustability. To talk, patients can access the strap at the base of their neck and bring the strap over their head. This lifts their head off the brace, allowing for them to talk. After conversing, the retractable strap can be gently returned, allowing the patient to resume resting on their brace. The chat brace also gives patients up and down adjustability that the headmaster collar is lacking. There are 2 settings on the brace. The first setting allows patients to look directly forward, and the second setting allows them to see the ground in front of them, which gives patients the mobility to walk upstairs and on uneven ground. Providing patients with the freedom to talk and adjust the angle of their head gives them a sense of normalcy, increasing their self-esteem and overall quality of life. The chat brace is a Class 1 medical device because it is non-invasive, not a treatment for DHS or similar conditions, and does not require human testing for FDA clearance. While finalizing our design, we are consulting with an IP attorney about obtaining a provisional utility patent and FDA clearance. After performing market research, we found that patients would prefer to pay a one-time fee for a brace that lasts instead of replacing their brace 3 to 4 times a year. Due to this, we have developed our business model around customizing braces to fit the patient perfectly to ensure the longevity of the brace. If doctors choose to prescribe the brace, patients will be qualified for insurance reimbursement. Neck braces on the market now make an attempt to address patient needs, but are severely lacking in support and functionality. The chat brace addresses all patient needs. It's comfortable, adjustable, and patients can talk while wearing the brace. In the current market, $1.37 billion is spent on the treatment of neuromuscular disorders annually in the US. While there are 112,000 people with dropped head syndrome, there are multiple diseases that have similar symptoms, so the market is much larger than what is represented in DHS research. If our brace were to outreach to every patient in the US diagnosed with DHS from ALS and Parkinson's alone, the market we would enter into is an estimated $224 million. All DHS patients or patients with similar conditions can benefit from the chat brace. We are asking for $290K from angel investors to get our company up and running. We are relying on the $60K from the BYOBB to obtain FDA clearance, patent our device, and begin outreach to secure partnerships. The $290K from the angel investors will be put towards the management and production of our company. This is where our ask will be utilized. Like I said, we plan on using the $60K from the BYOBB for the following: developing our final design, obtaining a provisional utility patent and FDA clearance. After the device has been finalized, we will begin to launch marketing and advertising to create connections with hospitals and neuromuscular treatment centers in the area. We then plan on making our first sale in 2024. It will take us about 3 years to break even. A majority of our funding in the first 3 years will go to paying the salaries of our workers. To ensure we stay within our margin, we've outsourced labor for the production of the brace and plan on adding 12 additional workers within the next 4 years for the upkeep of our company. By 2025, we will be able to make returns to our investors. We are a team of 5 bioengineering students at Temple University. I am the CEO as I am the project lead for our senior project. Lucy is the chief engineer with experience leading a team on Temple's prosthetic club. Grace currently manages inventory and student outreach for our neural engineering lab, and as such is the head of marketing. Kira is the chief revenue officer as she manages the sales of medical devices at her internship, and Elena is the head of HR as she is currently managing a team developing a medical device. Our background has given us the skills to design a brace that addresses patient needs and enter into this market. Our goal is to provide patients with a device that they can use in their everyday life so that their condition no longer defines every memory. Instead, patients can wear our brace and experience every sunset, make new memories, and live every moment to the fullest again. We have a team that is dedicated to the development and production of the chat brace. Now we just need you. Thank you so much for your time.
Man, this one is one of my absolute favorites that I've seen in a long, long time. Now, one of the reasons we do what we do is to really reduce the wealth gaps, whether it's the racial ones or the gender ones. So that's why I'm super honored, super thrilled to share that this team of 5 women, the creators of Chat Brace, are the first place winners in the undergraduate track. Congratulations to all of you. And of course, if you need a place where you really want to take it to that next level and even get some more founding through our network, there's a spot for you at the Tech Mansion. So congratulations, 20K coming your way, and look forward to see what you're gonna do. Philip Michael here, peace out.
Congratulations to the awesome women of the Chat Brace team. This award recognizes each of you for using your training and expertise as engineers to tackle a problem that needs solving. designing a comfortable, durable, affordable neck brace far superior to anything currently on the market. You've done a masterful job of telling the story behind Chat Brace, beginning with a photo of someone who can only see their shoes instead of being able to look into the faces of the people in their lives. As women engineers, you know what it's like to be part of a small group, small but important. And although the market for the Chat Brace may not be huge, the impact it will have on the quality of life for those suffering with dropped head syndrome will be tremendous. This team of smart, creative women willing to combine your abilities to make the world better for those who need your help is inspiring. I hope your success in this competition will encourage you to pursue a career engineering a better world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Marilyn. And congratulations, Chat Brace team. You just won $20,000 to advance your product and business. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi. Yes, thank you guys so much for this awesome opportunity. We'd really like to thank Greg and everyone at the IEI for helping us through this entire process. And we'd like to thank our friends and family for supporting us. And congrats to all the other team. And a special thanks to our sponsor who brought this problem to our attention, and to Temple's engineering department for allowing us to develop our brace. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, Chat Brace. It was really inspiring to see a powerhouse team of 5 women engineers unsure of submitting just even a few weeks ago before the submission deadline in March. And here we are now, right? So we're so proud of you, your hard work and your dedication. And we're really looking forward to working with you over the summer in the Summer Startup Studio and seeing what's next for you all. Congratulations again.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm the founder of Lucci. We are a female-founded, community-driven brand that offers multi-benefit, cruelty-free, and vegan products, and we're based in Philadelphia.
Hi, my name is Emily Kai. I'm CEO and founder of Biomaterics. I created a cooling leave-in conditioner called ProAbeer. I also created a urine test to detect an ovarian cancer biomarker.
My name is Stephanie Taylor, CEO of Taylor for Laundry, based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We do pickup, drop-off, wash and fold, and we offer in-house and commercial services. So make time for things that really matter, and we'll take care of the rest.
So I pitched the Lori Bush Fund. The grant they gave me was really important in being able to reach my target market.
Yes, same. The Lori Bush grant helped me get the packaging over here.
So I entered, I built my pitch, I looked at the guidelines, and then that's how I got introduced to iei. I wouldn't be at the level I am right now without the Lori Bush Fund.
The entrepreneurship program here is really cool. They offer a lot of resources.
Be transparent, and just, you have to know your worth in order for someone else to know your worth.
And I feel like as entrepreneurs, we have to pivot very quickly according to what people say.
For sure.
And so for me, that's been a really important thing for it to take on.
Failing isn't bad. Like, I feel like that's how you grow and develop as a business person.
Because if you overthink it, then you're never going to jump.
Right.
And that's what you need to do. You have to jump.
Just
you have
go.
to know. Yeah.
Just go.
All right, so we want to call your attention to the Lori Hermelin Bush Seed Fund program. Lori Hermelin Bush Seed Fund supports ventures that are funded or led by women, or whose product or services focus on women and women's issues. The deadline for submission is May 2nd, and that's at 11:59 p.m. So we look forward to getting lots of submissions and participation this year in the program, and good luck to you all. Now we'll move on. I want to call your attention to the Yorn link. Again, vote for your crowd favorite. Make sure you use the QR code to do that. You can vote all the way up through when we have our special guest speaker joining us in a little bit. So now we'll move on to our upper track finalists. And remember to vote for your crowd favorite. As I mentioned, yorn.com/BYOBB 2022. So here are the elevator pitches for Abstract Sounds, Agora World, Local Food Hub Philly, and the Sun and Stars Collective. These are our 4 upper track teams participating for their prize and in-kind sponsorship packages.
So I heard a quote not long ago that said, "No one is you, and that's your superpower." And if we take that to be true, then by definition, conformity, standing in, is our kryptonite. And I think a lot of times that's where we get into trouble, because we try to stand in rather than standing in our own individuality. And I tell a story about how I was at the airport and I had headphones on around my neck and I was feeling good, right? I'm feeling good. And then I walk into my friends and they all have headphones and they look similar to mine. That's really where Abstract was born. And in that sense, the headphones then become more than just headphones. They are an actual tool to help you stand out as an individual, a tool to help you proclaim to the world who you are. That's really what we do. My name is Kenneth Carter. I'm the founder of Abstract Sounds.
Hi, my name is Ethan Berg. I'm the founder and CEO of Agora World, and our mission is to democratize the metaverse. I know that's a loaded word right now, the metaverse, the technology that promised to bring people together virtually through incredible shared experiences, the type of experience that would bring a virtual competition like this to life. One where we're able to have presence and real-time fluid social interactions, just like we would have if we were on Temple's campus today. And despite all of this hype, very few of us have ever experienced or built in the metaverse before. And that's because the barrier to entry is too high. At Agora World, we're striving to lower that barrier to entry and empower people to explore and create these shared 3D digital experiences with no code. We've been called the Wix for 3D, as our real-time social engine makes the metaverse accessible on everyday devices and customizable using familiar tools. Whether you're looking to host an immersive event, build an interactive educational or retail space, or create a place for your community and brand to gather, there is no easier place to build or distribute than Agora World.
You've read the headlines, you've seen it on the news, but the truth is, there's no such thing as a national food supply shortage. The farmers are still farming, the producers are still producing, the chickens are still laying eggs, the cows are still producing milk. You can even get some burgers. But why are the grocery shelves empty? In 2021, a thing called the Great Resignation occurred, where 40 million people resigned from their job. Of those 40 million people, 80,000 were truck drivers. So the real deal is, oh, there's food. There's just no one to go and get it. The local food hub Philly provides a solution for that issue and many more, like getting food back on the shelves, providing fresh produce in Philadelphia's food deserts, supporting local farmers and producers, all while being environmentally conscious. The local food hub Philly will change the food retail space in Philadelphia forever. It's designed to improve food security, increase access to local food year-round, supporting the region's producers by building our own supply chain. Will you join us in making this vision a reality and bringing solutions, viable solutions to food deserts in Philadelphia? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emma Madera, and I'm the co-founder of the Sun and Star Co. along with my partner, Carolina O'Keefe. We created the Duo Case. Carrying around your glasses shouldn't be inconvenient or take up a ton of space in your bag, and that's why we created the Duo Case, a double eyeglass case.
The Duo Case is a double eyeglass case that provides compact convenience and protection in one sustainable product. With the Duo case, you will be able to safely carry 2 pairs of eyeglasses of varying sizes in one average size case without the risk of breaking your expensive eyewear. Our case, with its cylindrical design and S-shaped inner wall, creates 2 compartments that keep your glasses separated and safe. The Duo case will be produced with recycled plastic and Cactus Eco leather. The Duo case combines on-the-go convenience, protection, durability, style, and sustainability all in one case. Join our duo in our mission to redesign better quality, more sustainable everyday items.
Okay, make sure you vote for your crowd favorite. Now, our upper track finalists truly show that perseverance can pay off. Kenneth, Emily, and Caroline are all previous Be Your Own Boss Bowl finalists. Local Food Hub Philly will be Sharice's second venture, and Ethan Berg has been introducing the metaverse to companies in the Philadelphia entrepreneurial ecosystem for over a year now, and has been involved in the IEI programs for 4 years. Now for the winners in the upper track. In 4th place, the winner is Local Food Hub Philly, presented by Sharice McGill from the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. Congratulations, Sharice. In 3rd place, the winner is Sun and Star Collective, presented by Emily Madera and Caroline O'Keefe, both from the Fox School of Business. Congratulations, Caroline and Emily. Getting close. In 2nd place, this year's winner is Abstract Sounds by Kenneth Carter from the College of Engineering. And that means 1st place winner in the the graduate track, the upper track, for the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl is Ethan Berg from the Fox School of Business and Sky Knight with Agora World. Now, before we welcome the team from Agora World to the stage, let's watch their full 7-minute pitch presentation as well.
Hi, my name is Ethan Berg. I am the founder and CEO of Agora World, and our mission is to democratize the metaverse. Now I want you to meet Bobby. Bobby is in charge of so many communities, and because of that, she's constantly wondering, how can I bring my community together? She tried online using a Zoom. She found it was convenient, but people talked over each other. People multitasked. It wasn't an organic interaction that you would have at an in-person event. So she tried in person. And when she did that, she found she had a global community, and not everyone could get there, as great as it is. There are pluses and minuses to both. So when you insert a platform just like ours, Agora World, it's a real-time social platform where people are able to explore and create shared digital experiences. These experiences bridge the gap between the real world and the digital world by allowing you to have those personal interactions face-to-face, fluid as you move through the space, just like you would in the real world, and it's convenient, so it's from anywhere you are. And the best part is that this is a true story. Bobby was in charge of Ledger Academy and Princeton Blockchain, and she has since joined our team as our community director so she could share the joys that she's had of using our platform with other communities like hers. So we've made inroads with the tech and creative community, including panels with Love Now Media. We've done virtual HQs with Scribewise. We have an educational metaverse coming with Blue Studios, Philly Tech Week last year, and this year with Technically, we're running classes with Temple University, and we've done events with Independence Blue Cross, and so many more. But I think that the best part of all of this is how we really bridge the gap between the more. But I think that the best part of all of this is how we really bridge the gap between the digital and the real world, because brands find value in the metaverse too. So we've worked with organizations like Pat's Steaks. We created a digital twin of their physical restaurant so you can show up virtually. They have a history of the Cheesesteak Museum too, so you can learn about it, how do they invent it, as well as their history as a restaurant in itself. And you can have real-time social interactions. So others that are there at the same time as you, you'll see them there. And the best part is when you order, it's not just a digital item, but a physical cheesesteak that will arrive directly to your door. It intersects with the real-world economy and integrates with all of their other online channels. And we've done all of this without any marketing spend. So all of this has been done with network effect and just referrals. We've had 83 unique events in the past year with over 1,000 unique users using our platform. And what we found is that the average engagement per session is just over an hour, which is just absolutely remarkable. Now, the problem with creating experiences like this today is that the barrier to entry is extremely high. It's focused on building for technology most people do not have. It's focused on creating tools for builders, like actual developers. 99.5% of the population, just like myself, does not know how to code. So I've seen firsthand building Agora just how resource intensive it is. You need a team of developers and you need a lot of budget in order to actually create it. So because of that, people like me who don't know how to code feel powerless. And our goal is to empower people by lowering the barrier to entry. The same way that Legos have done for children, right? We want to make these tools accessible. We want to make them simple, and we want to make them affordable so that everybody can create something that they have control of and create a sense of meaning. We've been called the Wix for 3D by many of our partners and our customers. Now, the way that this works is a 3-step process. First, you have to choose your world base. So we have a bunch of templates for things like conferences, learning centers, expo centers, and more. You can also build directly from scratch or even upload your own custom world or 3D scan. You saw Pat's Steaks earlier as an example, as well as Staten Island, New York City, and even a basketball stadium. Once you choose your world base, you're able to customize your world. We have an ecosystem of best-in-class virtual world creation tools and content to help you do so. So all of this is no code. You're able to add your own pictures, videos, 3D assets, and more to your space. You can integrate it with other channels, Shopify, Amazon, your CRM, Stripe, and more. We have a peer-to-peer community marketplace so that you can add content that other developers have designed, as well as mini games and interactables to make your space more engaging. And we're expecting a lot coming soon to make this even smarter. And once you've got your world customized, we can help you with sharing it too. So our social engine that took us over a year to build, in under 5 minutes, it can give you all of these components: voice chat, text chat, avatar system, movement, and hosting, as well as support for publishing. So it goes directly to your Mac and Windows device today, and pretty soon it will go to your web. It will be on your mobile device, tablet, VR headset, and even white labeling our solution. And after everything that we've done to date, we found that the stickiest experiences are events, education, and businesses. So because of that, we want to target them by partnering with affiliate sellers. So web development agencies and design agencies that already have the trust of these organizations when it comes to the tech as well as the digital presence. And we want to give them a new revenue stream as well as a way to appear innovative and continue doing what they do best, which is servicing these organizations and brands the best that they can. The way that we make money is through our scaling subscriptions. So as your community gets larger, so does the subscription fee. It's based on simultaneous users. So the more people you have there at one time, the higher the cost. We also have custom development. We have transaction fees that will be coming on our peer-to-peer marketplace, microtransactions and digital merchandise, as well as our white label service. We expect to grow substantially over the next couple of years as the market continues to develop itself and grow to about 100,000 subscribers within the next 5 years. When it comes to the market itself, it's growing at an unbelievable rate. It's currently at about $250 billion market, and it's expected to grow to between $8 and $13 trillion by the end of this decade. Because of that, we're focused on no-code tools and lowering the barrier to entry. It's open, so it's modular. So as the market changes and evolves, our platform is dynamic enough that it can support any use case in multiple verticals. The plugins make it easy to integrate. We don't collect personal data, so it's all about aggregate data, and it's business focused. And none of this would be possible without our unbelievable team. You met me, the CEO, my co-founder and CTO, Sky Knight. He's written books on virtual reality. He's taught courses and written curriculum on VR development. He is the guy to build this platform. Bobby, you met earlier, she's our community director, and our development team has over 30 years of experience with development in multiple languages. When it comes to our roadmap, we're currently in private beta. We are working towards our public beta this summer, where we're going to be launching a web version, our plugin architecture, the SDK, and advanced customization tools. From there, we plan on opening it up to help the community with adding their own custom assets to it, as well as upgrading our avatar system. And from there, we plan on going interoperable, working with other platforms, and continue growing this space as a whole, supporting other devices and having an AI world creator tool, so it's as easy as making a logo is today. And in order to do that, we're raising $1.5 million for 18 to 24 months of runway so that we can build the best product and community on the market. All of this funding is going directly towards the development of our core technology, as well as supporting the creators that are helping extend our product itself and add more functionality to it. Thank you all for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what you build.
Man, I love me some metaverse. So that's why the first place in the upper track goes to Ethan Berg, the founder of Agora World. Congratulations, Ethan. Look forward to seeing what you're gonna do with this whole thing, how you bridge and merge the two worlds coming together, the physical and the, I suppose, the meta. So congratulations to you. $20,000 going your way. We'll be following you in what you'll be doing. And of course, there's always a room for you and a space for you at the Tech Mansion, should you ever need it. Best of luck to you, brother.
Hi everyone, and congratulations to Ethan and the Agora team for their success. It's really exciting to see a platform like this that is at the leading edge of the way that we communicate, especially as we try to navigate between the real and the virtual worlds in which many of us now operate. I really like their no-code approach, which reduces barriers to entry and makes the platform available to a whole range of people, not just those with large development budgets. And certainly their early traction with customers prove that they see their value in the product as well. You know, today we're connecting through Zoom. Maybe next year we'll be connecting through Agora. Congratulations, guys, and good luck.
Congratulations, Agora World. And Ethan, you just won $20,000 to advance your business. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, first and foremost. I'm very happy. I've been working a long time on this. So it's really great. And I'd say thank you to all the people that have supported me to this point, everyone that's gave me some education, guidance, and all the learnings that I've been able to gain through your programs, as well as many others. So yeah, thank you to everyone.
Congratulations again, Agora World. And Ethan, Lindsay and I still remember, Ethan, when you started this venture a few years back, and it was amazing to watch you grow this idea, truly embrace your I'm not a coder perspective and background, but you kept hustling and kept the dream. You've built this immersive metaverse experience, and we hope it brings a lot of success for you in the future. So congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we want to give one more reminder for people that you can still vote for the crowd favorite. The $1,000 crowd favorite prize is still up for grabs. You can vote at yorn.com/BYOBB 2022. All right, now it's my distinct honor in this part of our program. I want to introduce to you this year's recipient of the Self-Made and Making Others Award. This year, the recipient is Roseanne Rosenthal. So I want to share a little bit with you about Roseanne and her background. It's why we feel she's so deserving of the award this year. Roseanne Rosenthal is a graduate of Temple University College of Liberal Arts, serves as the managing director for the FIRST Fund at the Innovation Space. After a 25-year career as the president, CEO, and board member of the Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Southeast Pennsylvania. Under her leadership, Ben Franklin created more than 32,000 technology-focused jobs in the Philadelphia region, and Roseanne introduced the investment approach now used by BFTPs statewide. She has served on advisory committees at the national level, testified before Congress on issues of regional economic development, and was one of the initial members of the National Advisory Committee for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Roseanne spearheaded efforts for the Go Philly Fund, the Philadelphia region's healthcare innovation collaborative, the launch of Impact PHL, and the formation of the Broad Street Angels, a 125-member angel investment group within the Union League of Philadelphia. She has been recognized for her work to advance women and minorities in areas of entrepreneurship, was key to the recent launch of the JVS Philadelphia Fund for Women, and has advised the minority-led Plain Sight Ventures. The Innovation and Entrepreneurship Institute is honored to present Roseanne Rosenthal with this year's Self-Made and Making Others Award, which we hope will be another distinguished honor of her in addition to the many others that she's already won, including the Legend Award by the Philadelphia Alliance of Capital and Technology, being only the second woman to be recognized, the Pennsylvania Society's Distinguished Citizen of the Commonwealth Award, and her induction into the Temple University League for Entrepreneurial Women's Hall of Fame. So with that, I'd like to ask Roseanne, first of all, congratulations, and ask you if you'd like to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. First, though, my congratulations to all of the finalists and winners of this year's Be Your Own Boss competition. It's never easy to conceive of and launch a new enterprise, and even more so in the past few years, as institutions and established practices in our society have been challenged and disrupted. So kudos and good fortune to each of you as you launch your innovations in pursuit of new opportunities. My thanks to Temple's Innovation Entrepreneurship Institute and Greg for this unexpected special recognition. I am truly honored. My 50-plus career was not as an entrepreneur, but as an entrepreneur within the nonprofit economic development arena. Economic development is a broad field and a relatively new field. I was drawn to the questions of how to catalyze innovation within communities, and particularly how to encourage and to support an entrepreneurial culture and emerging innovation businesses, even a more recent topic, receiving serious attention only within the past 40 to 45 years. I know to some of you that may seem like a long time, but really isn't. I was asked by Greg, why the passion for this work? Well, I believe that at its core, our economy evolves and grows largely as a result of the efforts, determination, and talents of entrepreneurs. That entrepreneurs who create opportunities for others to improve their economic condition as they build their own enterprises, strengthen society, and help ensure our freedoms. By bringing to the market solutions that address every area of our lives, by introducing innovations that tackle challenges we face, just witness all the innovations that came through in the last pandemic, by providing individuals an income to support themselves and their families, that's how communities become economically resilient. So for me, it's not about the technology or the deal. It's about the people impacted and hopefully benefited. As I would say to my team at Ben Franklin, it's about the impact beyond the innovation. Recently, as you heard, I transitioned from my 25-year role as president and CEO at Ben Franklin, whereupon I crossed over to the other side and became my own boss, launching Strategic Solution Ventures. It's one way I remain engaged with the region's entrepreneurial community and have opportunities to meet exciting and energetic startups, such as each one of the entrepreneurs here today. So with that as context, I've been asked to give some thoughts that I hope will be helpful to you. So first, the environment for entrepreneurs here has never been better in my lifetime. It wasn't long ago that the words innovation and entrepreneur were absent, in news coverage, and university curricula, in public policy. The focus was on large firms that employed many. When I first proposed starting a venture fund back in the early 80s, it wasn't well received. Why would anyone provide funds to a new company with no assets or track record? We did it anyway, and the Penn Venture Fund was created. One of our notable successes was a woman-led company that designed and sold maternity wear for professional working women, who were also a rather rare commodity. The company, Mother's Work, eventually went public and was for many years a major employer in Philadelphia and essentially created the professional maternity apparel sector. I absolutely understood the need because I had just become a mom. Another success was Telebase, a company that created early search engine technology. It was outpaced by another better capitalized startup called Google. Telebase pivoted and went on to become one of the first music streaming companies, Music Boulevard. Telebase also supported the aspirations of one of its team, Josh Koppelman, who went on to create Infonautics, Half.com, then First Round Capital, becoming a major national investor and champion of early stage enterprises right here in Philadelphia. Today, it's very different. There are many, many organizations ready to provide support and access to capital, incubators, accelerators, university programs such as this one, online resources, government and private early stage capital, angel groups. In the 90s, angel individuals were hard to find. You had to know someone who knew someone. Not today. A few years ago, Philadelphia hosted the National Angel Capital Association's annual event with hundreds of investors from around the world. Next month, they'll be meeting in Atlantic City. These groups are out there and just a search away. Reach out to them. And even if you don't come away with an investment, you'll often gain good insight and advice. Second, if you truly believe in what you're doing, work hard at it, seek help, and don't become discouraged. So many people out there are ready and willing to help. I knew nothing about the venture business. I met some of the leaders of the emerging sector at a conference in Massachusetts in the early 80s, and I was convinced we needed to grow it here. The region had some false starts back in the late 60s that dampened any enthusiasm to give it another go. Not a risk-taking community we are, so any failure was deadly. I received tacit support from a federal entity that oversaw funds I was managing. Then I found my way to Ray Rafferty, a lawyer in one of the area firms, who later became a leader for the venture capital industry in Pennsylvania and a true friend. I called him and briefly explained what I wanted to do. I'll never forget the call. Ray went dead silent. So I'm thinking, he's no doubt thinking, who sent her to me? Then invited me to his office. The outcome, he used his contacts to assemble an advisory board around me, which he chaired, to help get the fund off the ground and teach me what I didn't know, which was a lot. I can't count how many people over the years said yes when I asked for help. And for me, that was tough. I'm not by nature an outgoing person. And by the way, Greg, I absolutely hate public speaking. As a woman, I believe that I needed to have the answers because admitting I didn't would be a sign of weakness. Let me state this really clearly. It isn't. It's definitely not. Ask for help. It's hard to overcome our earlier programming, but it is important to identify what in your early programming may be blocking you and push it out of the way. Don't let it constrain your vision. 3, stay in touch with potential investors, partners, customers, talent resources. Building a business is about building trusted relationships, not just the last transaction. Find ways to keep these people up to date, especially when you don't need them, aren't raising money, or ready to advance a partnership. You may receive unexpected input, connections, or advice that can be of help, and they are more likely to be there when you're ready to take your next step. I'm sure you've heard the saying, ask for money if you want advice, and ask for advice if you want money. 4th, and finally, don't forget your family and be sure they are in this with you. Being the boss means you're always on, addressing issues you've never confronted before. It's important to be sure you and your family are ready for that journey. It's important to try to set time aside away from the business, maybe one day a week, when you focus on your life and reinforce your own humanity. Stepping away helps develop perspective, and so often inspiration comes from the most unlikely places and experiences. So don't make the company your life. It will seem like it is because its demands never cease. And let's be honest, we love the high that comes when we get it right. The technology worked. The product did what it should. We made that important sale. We secured that critical partner. Be sure to share these successes with everyone around you. They need the wins also and will help support your momentum. So with that, congratulations again to each of you. Good luck on your journeys. It is a blast. Thank you.
Thank you, Roseanne. And congratulations again on receiving the Self-Made and Making Others Award. We were thrilled to have selected you this year. And again, I feel there's nobody better deserving to receive that, representing the entrepreneurial spirit, and especially here at Temple. So thank you.
Very kind.
I was wondering if you'd be willing to join us for a few more minutes and maybe entertain some questions from our streaming audience.
Sure.
Right.
I can always click off if I don't like the question, right?
Sure. Just hit the pass button. It's
No
right
problem.
on the keyboard.
No problem.
All right. So you touched on a couple of things, and I'll start off with a couple of questions that I have while we're getting questions in from the streaming audience. Please go into the chat on YouTube and feel free to enter your questions. They'll get relayed to me here, and we'll ask Roseanne. So you mentioned it's a difficult market in Philadelphia, at least it was back in the earlier days, but I assume it was around the country. What advantages do you see now in Philadelphia over other cities that make it an attractive location for startups to launch?
Yeah, so it wasn't the same all over the country. So I mean, the hotspots back then were, Massachusetts, which still is, and California is beginning to burgeon. So it was tougher here. We had a more conservative community. Our industries were predominantly finance and real estate, and so it was not a tech environment. Very different today. Today we have, it's been 40 years since Ben Franklin was created, and over all that time, we've together, with others in the community, we have now a robust and very mature ecosystem, from research institutions to teaching hospitals, capital access organizations, so many groups that are creating places and events for folks to meet up, corporations who now have venture arms, a private investment community, professional advisors who are not new to the needs of emerging companies, news outlets that cover the early stage market. Back then, when I got back from that Massachusetts meeting, there, I was stunned because the newspapers there were covering tech companies and tech innovations, and here we weren't at all. And we also have an openness within the community to help connect people. There was a study done about 10 years ago of a few communities, and that pointed out this characteristic of this community, which was good to see, and contrasted it with other communities where access to help is still restricted. We can do better, but we are on the right path, and it's improved tremendously over the last 40 years, for sure.
Okay. So we'd like to think that the landscape's changed for the better in support of female founders, but what more can be done there?
Yeah, no doubt it is improving. We now have women venture funds and women active angel groups, active investors. You have Golden Seeds in New York. But at core, success breeds success. So the more we promote and profile our women-led successes, the more barriers to perceived higher risk lessens. At the end of the day, investors want a win. Also, the natural course of generational change, hopefully, is going to accelerate that process.
Okay. So here's one from our audience. How can you get access to capital from a professional investor when my business is just in the ideation phase and is pre-revenue?
Yeah, so there are some investors, few, that will back a business like that. You will see angel investors all over the spectrum. Some want to see some traction, others want to see, are willing to go early. It depends on your business as well. It depends on whether they see there is real opportunity to grow it and to scale it, and they want to be in it early. I would suggest that for pre-revenue, You also look to the public organizations, the Ben Franklins of the world, and the other public companies that are out there, state programs that are there to provide you with early stage funding, pre-revenue funding. If it's a science-based company, there are federal programs that offer dollars to advance research and development and prototype development. So there are resources out there. Tap into your economic development community and find out whether any of these fit you.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you'd like to see more startups do before they go out seeking investment?
Yeah, I think two things: test the market and think through your revenue model. Investors need a return. To give them one, you need to generate revenue, and for that, you need customers.
Okay. Another one from our audience. So you mentioned a dislike for public speaking. In the last 2 years, many people feel they've become more introverted. Any advice to help entrepreneurs get out to talk with more customers and partners?
Just do it. I mean,
Just do it.
I mean, I'm a born introvert. And believe me, going out to speak is one of the hardest and one of the things I dislike the most. Absolutely. So, but I got some coaching from someone who said, have fun with it. And, that was the one thing that I was told and worked for me, just have fun with it and don't sweat the details. So I would say get out, make sure you have your facts together and why you're meeting who you want to meet and what you want out of them. And you've done your homework to find out who they are and what they're interested in. Because just because you're interested in them doesn't mean they're going to be interested in you. And just do it. Just do it.
Okay, so part of getting out as well, part of that effort needs to be involved in building your network. You mentioned the importance of and the value of having a network and being able to tap into that, and then also keeping it fresh. How do you suggest people do that? Like, where do they get started?
Yeah, where do you get started? You start with who's around you. One person leads to another person, leads to another person. Find out, do some research, find out who it is you want to meet. It's so much easier today. I mean, you've got all of these social networking tools. I mean, think back 40 or 50 years, we had a phone book, so anyone who can't make their way to somebody, they say there's 5 degrees or 6 degrees, whatever, how many degrees of separation. In Philadelphia, there's 3. So it's really not hard. You just have to get out there, make that first connect, keep plugging away, and go on LinkedIn, go on your social networks and find out who knows who and who can get you to where you need to be. It's not hard.
Okay. And you also mentioned some of the early connections that you had made. Did you have a mentor, someone who helped you and brought you along? And what do you see as the value? How did that contribute to your success?
I did not have a mentor. I had a lot of people who helped along the way. I mean, I remember, I just did. I just met people who helped, but they helped at different parts of my career for different things. And, when I mentioned Ray, he was probably the one who really pushed me along in the venture capital in this whole business. Because he took the time to hear from this crazy lady who called him and said she wanted to start a venture fund, and invited me to his office, and it took off from there. So probably the closest thing to a mentor that I would, in terms of the venture capital arena, and folks who I worked for giving me the chance and the opportunity to do something crazy. That was a little, as one of my former bosses said, there are people who love the box and love staying within the box and want the box stronger. Then there are those who push the box, and then there's you, and you don't have a damn box. So, but you just have to find somebody who appreciates those things in you, and hopefully they will help you along the way.
Okay. So I'm going to shift back to talking about startups again. Is there anything you've seen in successful startups that they all seem to have in common?
Yeah, I think that when I think of successful startups, I see people who have leadership that leaves room in the glass for more. So what do I mean by that? There's a saying that if the glass is full, it can't hold more. So be sure your glass has room in it, room to learn and take advice. Successful startups don't have all the answers at the start. They learn along the way, and they understand the importance of humility together with confidence. So make sure your glass is not totally full.
Okay, that sounds great. That's great advice. Can you name one of the many achievements related to your work that you're particularly proudest of, and why?
Ben Franklin, for sure, hands down. 25 years with the organization, my team, the board, the organization, how it transformed from really a small grant-making organization to one of the leading early stage investors in the country, also recognized for so many of its innovative partnerships and programs. The vision it's developing now with the new leadership, looking at its next phase of growth, that makes me so proud to know that, you know, I built on the foundation before me, and they're building on this foundation, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Okay. And I'll end with just this one last question, and that's, what's one piece of advice that you'd give to startups that they may not hear from any other investor?
I don't know if they don't hear it from any other investor, but I really want to stress that you have to make time for yourself and your family. I mean, unfortunately, there is a very high divorce rate among entrepreneurs for a lot of reasons. It's tough. So make sure you keep focus on the business, but keep it in perspective. It isn't your life.
All right. Well, some great advice, some great tips for our entrepreneurs who are listening in. Thank you, Roseanne, again, and congratulations. Well-deserved award. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me. Good luck to everyone.
Okay. So we'll move on with our program this evening, and I'd like to introduce Leora Eisenstadt and Azaria Keys from the Center for Ethics, Diversity, and Workplace Culture to present the winner of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award, which is the first time that we're awarding it this year in the competition.
Hi, we're from Sedgwick, the Center for Ethics, Diversity, and Workplace Culture. I'm Leora Eisenstadt, founding director of the center.
And I'm Azaria Keys, assistant director of the center.
Our mission at Sedgwick is to bring together leaders in industry, government, and academia to focus on building and harnessing diverse workforces and creating ethical and healthy workplace cultures.
Sedgwick is excited to sponsor a DEI prize of $1,000 for the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl. The prize, as I mentioned, is $1,000, and we presented all participants with the optional question of how does your business promote diversity, equity, or inclusion, either internally or externally?
We are grateful to be joined by two guest judges, Kathy Jafari, Chair of Corporate Governance at Cozen O'Connor, and Ronald Reeves, Chief Diversity Officer of AIG.
And without any further ado, the winner of our DEI prize is Local Food Hub Philly.
Congratulations!
And thank you so much for taking an innovative approach to solve Philadelphia's food desert crisis.
Very good. Congratulations, Local Food Hub Philly and Sharice McGill. So let me check with our production crew and see if we have the final results yet of this year's crowd favorite. Oh, Sharice, you're joining us. Hello, congratulations. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. the project has so many threads. It's great to be recognized for that. So thank you so much to the organization. I look forward to working with you more as I continue to be close to the Temple community.
Thanks, Sharice.
You're welcome.
And congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. So now I will check to see if whether or not we have our crowd favorite award tallies. In the meantime, let me remind you that we do have the Lori Hermelin Bush Seed Fund program that will be coming up with a May 2nd deadline to enter. Information is available on the Temple IEI website that you can see the details for the competition, the rules for eligibility. All right. It looks like we're ready to award the crowd favorite prize. Okay. So the winner of this year's crowd favorite award is Laminar Media Productions. Do we have some from Laminar Media that'll be joining us on stage? And here comes Michael.
Hello, Greg and Lindsay. I hope you can hear me and see me. I don't see myself on the screen, but my internet's being a little rough right now. Thank you. It's a great honor for everybody watching who voted. We're a media company, and our thing is to get out there, and people have to like what we do. So we're really glad that our video resonated with you guys. And I want to thank you for the award. It's a great honor, and thanks to everyone at the IEI, and congratulations to all the winners. And we can't wait to see you again next year.
Congratulations, Michael. I want to just mention also that you're an early entrant into the Be Your Own Boss Bowl, meaning that you're just a first-year student here at Temple. So congratulations for taking that shot and going for it. You've come far in that first attempt. We look forward to good things from you and your team in subsequent years, so in the coming years.
Thank you, Greg. I hope I can give them to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That brings us to the conclusion of the program, where we now get to announce the grand prize winner for this year's 2024 Be Your Own Boss Bowl. I'm sorry, the 24th annual Be Your Own Boss Bowl. This year, the grand prize winner is Agora World. Congratulations, Ethan Berg from the Fox School of Business, class of 2020, and his partner, Sky Knight. And Ethan, you and your team just won an additional $40,000 for your venture.
Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone, the judges, to your team. Congratulations to the other winners as well. Honestly, everyone that participated. It's a great exercise. Regardless, you learn a lot, and I'm thrilled to have this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm thrilled for you, Ethan. Such progress you've made, in particular this past year. It's great to see it. We really look forward to seeing you take off with this. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. No, thank you all again.
All right. Well, with that, we're at the close of the program, but there are finally just a few more people that really deserve a big thank you for making this competition possible. We've already thanked our judges, our mentors, our reviewers, and of course, our sponsors. But you all deserve another big thank you. So thank you so much for participating in this year's Be Your Own Boss Bowl. I'd like to also thank all the people behind the scenes that make this entire program and this event happen. Our incredible team of student workers, Lily Ruckenstein, Lauren Esser, Josh Tabin, Julia Insalaco, Kathy Wang, Yash Banka, and Maya McKeown. And of course, Lindsay Clark behind the scenes pulling this all together. Finally, thank you for our streaming audience for your continuing support of our programs and the entrepreneurs here at Temple University's Innovation and Entrepreneurship Institute. This wraps up the 24th Be Your Own Boss Bowl. Thank you everyone for your time and participation tonight. We hope to see you at our next event.